Hello, this is Michael Conneely, and this video is about the fact that there are 5 retrograde planets in November 2024. So it's very much a time to note when a planet's retrograde and to tie up loose ends. There are actually 6, but one ends, it's retrograde before the end of the month and one starts after the beginning of the month. But we'll go through the list. So, it also means that a planet may be expressing its energy in a way that's more looking inward. Yes, a call to tie up loose ends. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Chiron. Those 5 planets are retrograde in November. Saturn turns direct on the 15th of November, but Mercury turns retrograde on the 25th of November. Mercury's retrograde lasting from November the 25th to December the 15th. Have a look at my November charts and ephemeris in both Vedic and Western astrology on my Star Wheel Astrology November page. Okay, what does it mean when Jupiter is retrograde? So Jupiter starts the November retrograde at 26 Taurus and ends November at 23 Taurus. And by the way, Jupiter transits Mrigashira Nakshatra within Vedic Taurus from November the 1st to the 28th. But from November the 28th, Jupiter enters Rohini Nakshatra. So be aware that Mrigashira Nakshatra, where he is up to the 28th, is ruled by Mars. So with Jupiter's transit in Mrigashira, it's time for putting your energies at their highest into search, expansion and study. Note that when Jupiter moves into Rohini Nakshatra from the 28th, yes, that's right, Jupiter's at its higher manifestation of its energies. And so this transit can hold, important to be aware of, potential energy for occult and spiritual studies. The ruling planet of Rohini is the moon, and Jupiter gets exalted in moon-ruled sign of Cancer, of course. So Jupiter will be strong now. And Taurus is associated with wealth and resources. So note that the Jupiter transit through Rohini can enhance your financial expansion, growth, give you some increased income, profitable business endeavours, abundance. And it's a very good time for doing visionary or magical work to increase your money at this time. Jupiter is actually the great benefic. And note that Venus is the lesser benefic in Vedic astrology. This is because Jupiter confers blessing, expansion, enlargement, sense of purpose, and connection to the divine in our lives. Although, of course, us humans can handle that expansive Jupiter energy very wrongly. Yet Venus is the lesser benefic because Venus helps the negative in our lives by the energy of love. Showing love to demons is the saying. And hence Venus is the lesser benefic. Okay, let's look at Saturn retrograde. Saturn is retrograde from the 30th of June to the 15th of November this month. Now, when Saturn is retrograde, it's a time when we're forced to face our unfinished business, our incomplete issues, our incomplete karmas. The final call, the remainder of this retrograde period of Saturn, is from November the 1st to the 15th. So knowing this, it's very important to have the intention to complete unfinished business, to check round and then tie up the loose ends. Try to identify and end behaviours that are part of your negative karmas and ruin you coming more fully into your positive karmas. So when Saturn goes direct from the 15th of November, this is the time to throw off the shackles, to be released, to go forward again at last. Each of us needs to understand Saturn's role and demands in our birth chart if we are to fulfill his supreme demands for this incarnation. So get a reading from me as to your birth chart and karmas. You can have this integrated into a natal and predictive reading for the year ahead. And I produce wonderful preparatory reports for you. Go to my Star Wheel Astrology website. Okay, Neptune is also retrograde. The Neptune retrograde began on July the 2nd at 29 Pisces and ends on December the 7th at 27 Pisces. When Neptune is retrograde, its highest potential that should be used during a retrograde period is vision potential, sensitivity, to turn inwards, to use vision and intuition work positively for ourselves and for our issues. Okay, Mercury retrograde. Well, Mercury is retrograde from November the 25th to December the 15th. So obviously, as usual, this is a time to be extra careful for posts and IT issues and communication. Let us all be advised. Lastly, Chiron retrograde. Well, Chiron retrogrades from 26 to 25 Vedic Pisces in November 2024. And so important to know, Chiron's actually opposition Lilith from the 17th of this month. Chiron opposite Lilith is a most wonderful time for making awareness of what is stuffed down into your unconscious and your shadow side, and raising it to the light now and healing it now. And this includes both wounds and secrets that we may not know are stuffed down there, even though they could be running our life often. But it also includes our buried positive power potentials. They are ours, but they were stuffed down and denied to us by others, or even denied to ourselves by ourselves because we weren't confident enough, or we were carrying other damaging karmas so that we couldn't express our fullness. So again, have one of my super deep and thorough readings. So you can go to my Star Wheel Astrology website to get a reading, see the healings offered worldwide by my wife Maggie Pashley, www.maggiepashley.com. See the worldwide dating site for those on a spiritual pathway or who are seeking love. Go to lovestardating.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Michael Conneely. Subscribe to my Star Wheel Astrology blog. And yes, you can join our Facebook page, Star Wheel Astrology. So I hope this little mapping of the retrograde planets in November is useful and helpful and can actually prompt us to do a bit of needed additional work to help us and raise us up on our spiritual path forward. Thank you.